It never asks how your day's going.
No.
It never helps you in your career.
No.
It does nothing.
Never asks if you feel better after you've eaten the whole thing.
No. Rude. Cake is rude. The cake is a lie.
Yeah. Screw that cake. Well, don't screw a cake. That's what pies are for.
That's what pies are for. Yeah.
Hey dolls, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10, episode 11. Now, with Schadenfreude, I am here with my illegitimate drag daughter, Ms. Wilhelmina Boxfarts. How are you, Wilhelmina?
I'm super, Wilma. How are you?
I'm delicious. It was such a fun episode to watch.
It was such a fun episode.
On so many levels.
On so many levels. It felt like the first real All-Star episode.
Yeah.
I was tickled pink. Very pleased.
Me too. But first, I've got some tipperdoos to thank. Sean Todd, Mark Atha, a.k.a. Spirit Whisperer on YouTube, and Joanne all left tipperdoos. Joanne tried to use the YouTube thanks button, but it wasn't going to play with her. So she went old school and used my PayPal link, which is in the description box down below. Thanks, everybody. I also need to send a shout out to Richard Gallagher, who on YouTube left me a message letting me know that the picture I showed of Zsa Zsa Gabor was actually of Ava Gabor. And what's ironic about that is that's the picture that RuPaul's Drag Race posted when they were talking about Ava Gabor, so, or Zsa Zsa. So, yes, it was the wrong picture, but I made the mistake, honestly. I was just going with what Drag Race gave me. So.
You made the mistake, honestly, and you're just dumb.
But also, they look a lot
dumb.
alike. They looked a lot alike. They were interchangeable.
They
Gabors,
were sisters.
Yeah. Finally, we both need to thank Dia Betty and Acid Betty, a.k.a. the Petty Betties, for, reviewing them on their podcast, which is available on YouTube. I have a link down in the description box below. But, yeah, we were the only non-Drag Race affiliated queens. I was so flattered.
I was tickled pink.
Yeah.
The idea of them reviewing reviews is
so
hilarious.
Funny. I'm not sure if that's
so
the theme for all their podcasts, but it was for that episode, definitely. And I was so honored to be on there. And if you haven't seen it, as I said, I have a link for it down below in the description box. Thanks, girls! You're the best. Seriously. Now, Jorge, drink me! What is this? That's
another pineapple.
Pineapple pucker this time. It's not. What
did you call me?
It's not a pickle. It's a pucker.
You're a pucker.
I'm assuming that there'll be some sour lemons in there. I was right. Yummo, Jorge. Thank you. Well, this episode kicked off in the best way possible.
In the best way possible. The mood was a little bit somber because Cuckoo had gone home, and it was the first time that someone had really gone home.
Yeah, 9 weeks. This is the first time somebody actually left.
I mean, people have left, but, you know...
In a huff, usually.
When three of them are leaving at the same time, it's easier not to feel sad. But everyone was feeling some sort of way about, you know...
Poor Kooks.
Poor little Kooks.
Yeah. But they couldn't linger on Kook's emotions because Mistress's emotions steamrolled everybody.
Yeah, we learned that Mistress is a sore loser.
She is a petulant child. She is a bully who can't take her own medicine, and Karma is not her friend.
The sorest of sore losers.
Yeah. Ugh.
My question last week was, is she just, showing us some false confidence, some bravado, or is she deluded?
She's
deluded. She's deluded.
Yeah.
Deluded. She thought that she'd done way better than she really did. I don't know what laughs she was hearing, unless the voices in her head are laughing at her, in which case, Mistress makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. But it was also, I have to say, it bothered me how up Mistress's rear end the other queens seemed to be because she was in a bad mood. Bosco told her that the judges couldn't keep their eyes off her. Aja surprised me by saying, well, you look great in that outfit. And it just all rang very hollow to me.
It kind of felt like they were trying to throw her a bone. Like, you were in the bottom two, so you're feeling some sort of way. So let's try and, boost you up a little bit. But Mistress is just not having it.
And that cold face, that cold, blank stare until somebody says, oh, thank you so very much. That's great of you to say. I'm so blessed. Everybody cut their eyes at each other going, what the hell is going on there? And Mistress wasn't about to admit that she was in a sore mood. But what clearly was happening was she thought other people should have been in the bottom, not her. Yeah. And she was taking out on the people that didn't make that decision. So what was the point?
Bitterness. Bitterness is the point.
Yeah. Thank God she lost all that weight.
Yeah. I clearly she was just eating sour grapes the entire time.
Yeah.
Sour grapes and ugly fruit.
Yeah. Well, appropriate. As Mistress was de-dragging, well, they were all de-dragging, but as Mistress was de-dragging, she said, I think it was to Irene, that she, it's fine. She can make her money playing videos on YouTube. She doesn't need to worry about winning challenges on Drag Race. And
well, A, why did you come on Drag Race?
yeah,
then?
why are you here then?
And
You
B,
could be
why
making money right now.
Yeah, go make some money.
Yeah. And second of all, I wonder how many people are going to still watch her play those video games after watching her act like this and then talk so glibly about something that she should be very grateful for.
If you can find your audience, then yeah.
But they're
You
not
can be
going to
as bitter as
stay
you
with
wanna
you if they're going to get tired of your bitterness, because there's always somebody more bitter coming around the pike. Just saying. The next day, well, the mood hadn't changed much. Mistress seemed to be in a better mood, but clearly she wasn't, because the minute Aja started talking, Mistress just laughed right in her ear.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever, just pulled her hair out of the way and laughed, a big fake donkey laugh right in her face.
And then acted like it was a completely normal thing that people do.
And that Aja was the one with a clear problem with what was going on. It was so exhausting and juvenile. And again, every queen at that table were staring at each other, wondering what the heck was going on.
But I love the way Aja handled
Yeah.
it, because I was just like, you know what, I'm going to say something. But also, I like this, kinder, gentler Aja. I don't know if it's because she's a little bit older, if the estrogen is helping her mellow.
Yeah.
But I love that she called her out, but was also like, you know what? You're also not worth my time.
You need to de-escalate this.
You're
well said.
You're looking like a fool. Thankfully, Ruru Charles popped in to let us know that the mini challenge this week, the library was open. The reading challenge.
Because reading is what? Apparently stupid.
Stupid.
It's not fundamental anymore. It's just stupid.
It's not fundamental.
Stupid, yeah.
The one thing I thought was interesting about this reading challenge was we didn't get to see the pit crew.
That was weird.
We just saw his crotch, which I am not
No,
complaining
nothing
about.
wrong.
I'm not complaining
But the
about
minute
that.
they panned up his body and they got to the side of his face and he almost turned camera cut. And it makes me wonder if maybe he was non-union or union and they couldn't use them, or maybe last minute he got afraid that his family would see him on Drag Race in his underwear and I don't know what happened.
Maybe it's just
Something
too handsome.
happened. Yeah, maybe he
Too
was just too
handsome for
handsome
us to deal with.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle it.
But that was as much as we saw. Not that we didn't see enough.
I mean, we saw a lot. There was a lot to see.
Yeah, but I still like to know who I'm talking to. When I look up and, hey. Daya went first. She had a couple of good lines. She read Georgis's cheeks and lips. I didn't notice Georgis had got her lips done too. I just thought it was her cheeks, but maybe her cheeks were so big that her lips were
overshadowed.
But either way, she read her for that, and then she congratulated MIB for proving that you can be big boned. I thought that was very funny.
You love big bones.
Why not? Makes good soup.
You'd make a delicious soup.
I would.
Bosco was up next, and she nailed
She's so
this
funny.
reading challenge. She was so funny. Her line about renaming George's throat the orphanage, because she's so slutty,
That's so funny.
made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
The comment about Mistress living in her car. I would love showing off her Mercedes. If I had a nice home, I'd love to show it off too.
Very funny.
Loved it. Yeah. Well done, Bosco.
Ginger called Betty diarrhea, and then took a moment to rename Georges, the pot-smoking sex addict, the pothole, which I thought was so funny.
Yeah, which I loved.
Yeah, well done, Ginge.
Yeah, the pothole was up next, and they only showed one joke. It wasn't super funny. It wasn't a bomb.
No.
But it was just the one little offer from Georges.
No. Aja told MIB that she had a face only a dog owner could love, which I don't think was that much of a burn.
Well, I mean, it was accurate, so... I mean, the truth hurts. You know how much I hurt you with the truth. All the time.
Ow.
Constantly giving you truth.
Ow.
Stabbing you with the truth.
Ow.
Here's some lemon juice to squirt in your truth cuts. Lydia was up next, and I don't really remember what she got in a couple of good burns. There was nothing super heavy. She made a comment about using one of George's tights as a condom. So adorable, the 20-year-olds using condoms. So cute.
Bless.
I thought they'd all given up on them.
Well, MIB implied that Georges couldn't read, but that wouldn't stop her from booking her for one of her story hours. I think the bigger shocker here was that Mistress has a story hour.
Just for bad children.
Well, I mean, is there anybody there? Is it just her having a story hour? It's just an excuse to have somebody over to her house.
Oh, they don't go over to her house.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, no. No, she just goes down to the to Juvie and the bus stop. And read stories to the bad children. As a bit of a cautionary tale. Kind of like one of those scared straight things. Like if you don't behave yourself, you're going to turn into Mistress. I'd behave myself.
I'm behaving myself now?
Do I have to sit on the naughty stool? Yes, I'll stay here until I'm good.
Naughty stool is a euphemism, by the way.
I mean, when I've had some Mexican, I often have some very, very naughty stool afterwards.
Barf.
Irene wrapped it up, and she had some pretty funny jokes.
Did.
I wish her delivery was a little
better.
It felt maybe just a little rushed. She wasn't quite as, in the pocket and at home as, Bosco had been. But she got some good lines in.
Yeah. But the winner of this mini challenge, I'm not surprised, it was Bosco. She killed it. $2,500 for Bosco. Well done, her.
Is that the second time she's won a reading challenge?
Yes, that's her second. She's 2 for 2 now.
She's good at it.
And then it was time for the Maxi Challenge, the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Invitational Talent Show. It's a lot to say.
It's a lot to say. It's a mouthful.
Just a talent show.
Yeah.
This was going to be Ginger's 3rd talent show, and she's been safe for all of them up till now. So she clearly had something to prove.
She had something to prove. Yeah. She needed to bring home a win. Yeah. Speaking of something to prove, Daya went home on her talent show. That was the opening episode. She bombed it.
Yeah. Her and Orion's Story, they both went home the same day. Yeah.
So she definitely had something to prove. Yeah. Aja, as a winner, was worried about topping herself.
Yeah, because she had been so iconic in doing a death drop off of a box.
Off a gigantic box?
And I love how she was saying, like, well, people are paying me, I'll jump off of anything, So I thought that was cute.
Lydia was also a little concerned because she was in the bottom for her talent show in her season, thanks to the Raider Queen, and also, in fairness, thanks to having a rather obtuse and weird talent.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed, but it was
disjointed
bizarre.
Head of a puppet. It was weird.
Puppetry as a penis.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you had this week. I'll tell you.
I'm looking forward. Yeah, I don't care how weird it's going to be.
No.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be weird.
Yeah. For some reason, and I'm still not sure why, production had the queens rehearse in pairs, and I'm sure they were just doing this to kill some time on the show or for just a camera op, because they'd all arrived rehearsed. This was their talent, and they'd also rehearsed with the dancers before this, because there was a lot for the dancers to remember. And they weren't going to do it all in that afternoon, that's for sure. There's something charming about Daya and Ginger.
This is my favorite odd couple pairing of this season. I love the Laurel and Hardiness of it all.
Yeah.
I just loved seeing Daya's tall drink of water next to Ginger's little glamour toad, and they do seem to really respect each other's opinions.
Yeah. Which says a lot for Daya. She doesn't seem to care much about anybody. Yeah. One of the things that I thought was cute was Ginger wanted to try a tea lift, because now that she's lost weight, she feels that she's lift worthy.
She's liftable.
God bless Sebastian and Ander. They made her look lighter than air.
Is that his name? Andrew?
That's his name, yeah. The smiley one, yeah. He really seemed pleased to be there.
We like him. I'd put a smile on that one's face.
Yeah. They were all gorgeous. Shut up.
Irene the alien and Bosco the non-alien were up next, and Irene's plan after her disastrous, speaking of going home on your talent, her disastrous talent showing. So her plan was to show as many talents as possible.
Yeah.
Which mostly seemed to be some singing and dancing, but...
Yeah. But more than made up for her lack of showing anything talented in her first talent show. So good luck to her. Yeah.
Bosco had planned a burlesque number, of course. It's very much in her wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But she wanted to demonstrate her singing, her dancing, and her humor in it. So she seemed to have her eyes on the prize. She's like, this is what you're supposed to do for this challenge. Is you've got a minute to show the judges exactly who you are. Everyone should be doing the thing that they do the best.
The best.
I had very high hopes for this entire talent show, especially Bosco, because she really seems, she's like, nope, I understand the brief. I know what's going on. I'm going to nail this.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Fingerdoo's crossed for Bosco. Georges and MIB were paired up together, Natch, and Georges was not worried.
We barely saw any of Georges' rehearsal.
MIB was going to be doing a comedy routine, which I don't think she's ever done.
No,
which is an odd time to do something you haven't done is during a challenge on Drag Race.
Yeah, I do not think of Mistress as a comedy queen.
No.
So if you're showing off the thing that you do the best, that you do all the time, why comedy? Why are you doing comedy, girl?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can't just be mean to children and kick a puppy as a talent, so she had to come up with
Not more than
something.
once, yeah. Aja and Lydia were next, and Aja had this convoluted plan that featured her religion and machetes and chickens. It was just, it seemed, the more she talked, the more I felt we had to see it. Because I wasn't getting a clear picture of what she had planned to do.
Yeah, I had no idea what she was going to do, but I was very intrigued.
Yeah. Lydia, on the other hand, had a performance piece that involved eggs, and the minute she finished explaining or rehearsing or whatever it was she said she was doing, I felt less worried for Aja.
Aja had no idea what she just witnessed, so she wasn't able. She's like, I don't know if I can give you feedback because I can't.
I don't know
I have
what
no
I
idea
saw.
what you just
Yeah.
did. I have
Yeah.
no idea what you just did, which is very on brand for Miss Lydia. And of course, no matter how confusing the rehearsal was, I'm like, well, I can't wait to see what the finished product is.
Yeah, because you can't guarantee that just because you didn't get it doesn't mean it won't be great.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell when you're just standing there in your regular day clothes.
Yeah, just imagine me as an egg. It's like, okay, girl, all right.
And then it was Elimination Day. As the queens got ready for the talent show, they had an impromptu discussion about the political state of America where drag queens and, more importantly, trans people are concerned. Bosco was saying that it's harder to get hormones. She also said that she can't change the sex on her passport, which makes international travel for her hard, where some countries are concerned.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to those countries anyways. No. Half of those countries are like, no.
They're doing you a favor by keeping you out.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay over here. Thank you.
No
Thank
kidding.
you. Yeah.
On the main stage, Ru looked gorge. I didn't like her dress, though.
I felt like she was doing like maybe an homage to the Lakers. Maybe some Laker girl colors, the purple and yellow.
I didn't mind the colors. I didn't mind the design of the dress, but the fit. Down the sides, that tape that was running down, that yellow tape, was rippling down her hips. And whenever Ru wears something on the runway, I try to imagine what she would say if somebody else were wearing that outfit. How would she judge it? And a lot of the times I think Ru looks fine, but on those times where it's like, that's not fitting you right, I think it needs to be called out. And the rippled tape down her hip line was distracting.
Hip ripple.
Hip ripple.
Yeah. Is that what I heard?
I don't know.
That wasn't a ripple.
Oh. Yeah. More like a rip. Pull my finger.
No.
Michelle was looking summertime fresh with her arms out. Gun show, that's what it was.
The gun show? Yeah.
La Roche looked nice in his suit, which I thought was very subtle for him until he raised his arms in the marabou cuffs. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, well, this is a very subdued look for La. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yeah.
Well done, yeah. And joining the judges this week, Canadian Mohawk actor Devry Jacobs was there. I was very excited to see her.
Yeah, it's also nice to have a little Canadian girlie show up on the show.
She and her girlfriend have a production company, and her girlfriend directed their first project. I can't remember what it's called, but they won an award for it. So we're going to be hearing a lot from those two, I'm excited to say. And then it was time for the Tournament of All-Stars Talent Invitational. Aja was first. I like how she started this off. There was a lot of spinning. There was her biting a head off a chicken, and then they pulled off that sack dress to reveal the outfit she had on underneath. And then it just became a lip sync to a song. I know it was her song, but I wish she had done more that she did off the top throughout, because it would have set her apart a bit more. But she didn't do a bad job. It was a good high-energy number.
When she was lip-syncing to just weird sounds, I couldn't get enough of that. It was so funny. It was so stupid.
She has a video that you can see on I'm sure it's on the tubes. It's on somewhere. It's probably a TikTok video, but it's her singing or lip-syncing to a song that has a lot of edits, like...
elaborate.
A lot of edits, like like scratching in that. Yeah. And she does the lip-sync through all of those sound effects. It's so funny. So this really put me in mind of that.
I love that she stayed sort of in the moment long after the number was done.
Yeah.
And I like it when queens do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't just stop and go back to neutral.
No,
soon
pose, let the camera get you.
get
Drink
in
it in. Drink it in.
Muggy. Next up on the talent stage was Bosco doing a comedy, burlesque, dancing, singing
She looked
number.
Stunning. She looked like
gorgeous.
like Sleeping Beauty or something, like
Gorgeous.
a Disney princess.
I thoroughly love this number.
Yeah.
From start to finish, talents are for ugly girls. So funny.
Yeah.
So Bosco.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love for a burlesque number. She kept a lot of her clothes on.
Yeah,
which is also unusual.
She was very dressed for a
Bosco,
burlesque number.
But it was still very sexy. It was still very funny. I thoroughly enjoyed this number.
Yeah,
well done,
for Bosco. Daya's diss track was a lot of fun. Work, where she was in a workplace. It started off with her photocopying her derriere and then putting the poster-size image from it up on an easel. Getting coffee poured on her was hilarious. And then stapling her $200,000 check to her rear end certainly caused a few of the queens to cringe. But all in all, I thought that was a really good number.
I loved it. I loved this number. I loved how just wildly unhinged it got as it went along. And so she was pouring the coffee on herself. I was like, yep, I don't care what else you do.
Yep.
I am on board. And because when she was talking about it being punk beforehand, I was like, okay, well, is it really going to be punk? Yeah.
This was totally punk.
This
yeah.
is 100% punk. Also, I would like to know, have Daya's legs always been that ridiculously long?
No kidding. They looked
Gorgeous.
extra long this week.
Oh, yeah, I loved everything about this
Yeah,
number. It was just amazing.
Yeah, well done, Daya.
Ginger Minge was up next, giving us her take on a very traditional Broadway number, and she nailed it.
Yeah.
She looked great, she sounded great, the dancing was good, the blocking was fantastic. Yeah. It was funny, it was everything that I kind of expected from a Ginger routine, but it was so polished. Like, it really felt like something that was, taken right off the Broadway stage.
Irene was next with her redemption number, and this was fun. There was a lot going on. My favorite moment was when she did ventriloquism drinking the water. But it was all based on water, because that was her talent, was making a glass of water the first time around, and she even ended with a painting. I like how Michelle said she looked like she should have been in a Whitesnake video. But short of that, I thought she did great.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. There was a little magic. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Kane appeared and disappeared. And
Yeah.
the ventriloquism, the arts, the song was fun. It was a very solid number from Ms. Irene. Definitely made up for her previous talent appearance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well done. Georges was up next and started off as a newscaster who threw
Caution
over
to the wind.
over to the weather girl, which was Georges. And then we got a nice high-energy Georges dance number with a wind machine.
Oh, she had the
Also known as
Beyonce
a
fan. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, she looked great, but she looked great. She did a good job. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
thought she did a fantastic, fantastic job. Yeah, it was everything I wanted from Georges. Yeah, and I was not disappointed.
Not at all. And then we had Lydia. I liked the stupidity of this. Like, it was thoroughly entertaining because I didn't know what the hell I was watching. My only critique is, as she was doing a burlesque number dressed as an egg, I wish that her transitions had been smoother because she seemed to be struggling and it took me out of the moment. And then she ended up sitting on a wall. She fell off the wall, and then the pit crew brought out a huge frying pan, which she then jumped into sans eggshell as all yolk egg. And proceeded to fry herself in the pan.
Yeah, that sums it up.
It was.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing I'd seen, but it was only slightly better than her puppet the last time. Just saying.
Still, like, it was fun.
Yeah, it was original.
Fun to watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was weird. It was obtuse. It was confusing.
I'm thoroughly thrilled I don't have to watch it again.
I was thoroughly entertained, even though I had no idea what I was watching. No clue.
No.
I did feel like it was missing a little bit of a narrative to sort of make it all
Yeah,
hang
yeah,
together. But
yeah.
I didn't, where Lydia is concerned, I don't really care because I'm so entertained by watching whatever it is that I sort of turn my brain off and try not to think too hard.
She's
about
one of those
what's going
queens,
on.
I think, that as she ages, I'm going to like her more and more. Yeah, so well done, Lydia.
And then last and, for me,
Least.
definitely
Yeah.
least, was Mistress doing her satirical ad for Ruzempic. The opening where she was being Michelle and T.S., like just putting her head through.
As the befores.
As the befores, I didn't get. And then there weren't enough jokes in it.
Well, there were no jokes.
Yeah, there weren't really any jokes. Yeah.
What I don't understand is she's spoofing a product by showing it's doing what it does in reality, make you lose weight. I think that it would have been a better spoof if she had... Because she even, instead of semaglutide, it was slayglutide.
Yeah.
Why wasn't this something that helped you do drag better?
Because that would have
You know what I mean?
made more
That would have
sense.
made more sense. It would have been funnier. It would have given her, I think, a bit more comedy in the actual bit. But apparently she's too polished a queen to worry about.
She's too polished. She's never lost
A lip sync
on
ever.
Drag Race. Never before. Yeah, it was... I mean, it was a fun idea, and there were some moments that I thought there was a bit of inspiration. Like, she incorporated a bunch of drag queen names in the dialogue. And I'm like, okay, well, that was kind of funny, but if the challenge had been everyone do satirical ads, it would have been...
Fine.
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
But the challenge was a talent show, and do the thing you're the best at.
You have to have a sense of humor to
Yeah.
be funny, and that's the one thing I think Mistress does not have is a sense of humor.
No. I think she should have bullied someone as her talent.
That would have made much more sense.
Just get a bunch of mediocre drag queens on stage and just bully
tell them all
and
off,
just, just call them fat or call them thin or call them sloppy-titted or... You know, what
Would
do
you
I
look at
call
me
you?
when you go-
I'm just looking for inspiration. Just call them something. Just bully them. Like I'm doing.
And then it was time for the runway. Category is foiled again. Aja went first. I love this.
It was so cute.
It was really beautiful.
So gorgeous.
La Roche felt that we'd seen this before, but it's silver challenge.
Yeah.
You're going to see a Terry Mugler C-3PO look, and you're going to see some kind of like... What are those cars that change? What are those?
Transformers?
A transformer look. And I feel that that's what Aja gave us with this. And it was beautiful. It was just enough silver. You still see her face. She looked gorgeous. I totally gave her a Fingerdoo. I didn't have a problem with this.
No, I thought she looked quite lovely.
Yeah.
Doing this Afrofuturism kind of take on things. Yeah, I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. One of the best looks that I've seen on Raw.
Oh yeah,
on Aja.
no, the everything. She just looks so much happier these days.
She really does. Yeah.
I'm thrilled for her.
And one of the few looks that doesn't look like a Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah.
People have been commenting on which Pokemon all her looks look
I
like.
get it, and that's lovely, but just switch it up a bit. Just give us a break.
Bosco was up next and came out in a voluminous coat, which...
I hated this coat.
I knew you were
It
going to
looked
hate
like
this
a bath mat.
Yeah.
It looked like a bath mat at the Y that no one's washed. It was an unfortunate color. I wish it had been a better quality fun fur, but...
Thankfully, she very quickly doffed it to show us this gorgeous gown. It looked like someone had just poured liquid metal over her. Like she was just wearing a dress made out of mercury.
Yeah.
She looked so beautiful, so cinched.
Yeah, that wig was gorgeous. Her makeup was stunning. There was nothing about this look short of the outside of that coat. I just wish that she had had a silver fox fur or something like that.
Too much silver, too much.
I'm just saying, it would have at least kept it in the family.
Too much. I loved her. This is too heavy.
Yeah, yeah. Of course I gave her a Fingerdoo because, gee whiz, she looks spectacular. Well done, Bosco. Another dress that I absolutely love was Daya's duct tape gown. I mean, it was meant to look like she had duct taped herself a dress. I'm sure there was a lot more to it than that. But I loved everything about it. I loved the face covering, her hair sticking out from it, the odd shapes on the hips and everything. I thought this was a very elegant but punk rock look for our Ms. Betty.
Yeah, for someone who doesn't wear a lot of gowns.
No.
I thought this was a really smart take on a gown for her, because it definitely kind of keeps it, kind of in the more punky aesthetic for her. I don't know why I had an issue with the bottom part of it. I didn't hate the bottom part of it. I just kind of wished it was something else, but I also had no idea for what that something else would be.
No.
So, yeah.
The only other option would have been to continue the duct tape fabric out and make it a stiff mermaid tail dress, but I didn't mind. The only thing about the fabric that she did use for that is it's very cheap fabric. Every time I see that fabric on TV, it's like, I cut corners there. But yeah, I completely gave her a Fingerdoo. She looked gorgeous. Shut your face.
Next down the runway was Ginger Minge wearing a little Jiffy Pop cowl, and you could see her ribs down the the front of
But that
her,
was the
her
back.
outfit. Well, because
That was the spine,
that was
not
the
her
spine,
sternum.
not a sternum.
Yeah.
So I liked what she was doing. I liked the idea of it, but I kind of wish that she had had ribs on the back as well.
Yeah.
Or at least it was more anatomically accurate on the front.
I would have been happy if she hadn't bothered with them at all. The other thing was La Roche felt that her sleeves and her gloves were too much. And I will say they were, because she's tiny.
Yeah.
Even at a heavier weight, she's a tiny queen. And when she covers herself with too much fabric, it becomes distracting. And I think she could have done an evening glove or no gloves at all, but having all that extra fabric there was also a distraction. I still gave her Fingerdoo. I love the wig. I liked elements of this. I liked the asymmetrical skirt hanging off her hips. I thought she looked spectacular. But yeah, I would have lost the ribs and the gloves.
Yeah, it wasn't until Law pointed out the gloves I was like, oh yeah, they really are they're very big. The sleeves were very big and bulky.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would have just been a little more refined, a little more elegant without those. But I thought she looked absolutely gorgeous as well.
Yeah. Fingerdoo for you, Ginge. Just saying. Next down the runway, Irene the Alien, this time as a Valkyrie warrior. This was so gorgeous until I noticed how short her arms were.
I was so impressed by the wings. I was like, look at those wings. Those wings are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, those are her arms. Oh, where are her arms? Oh, her arms are very short.
Yeah. And what's funny is Ru pointed out how short her arms were. And she goes, well, what's so funny is these are cast of my arms. It's like, no.
You cast your arms, but you forgot to cast
your shoulders.
the part where
where it all joins up to your body. Yeah.
Yeah, they were very cute. It definitely, it didn't ruin the outfit
No.
for me. It did make it look slightly more cartoony than she'd intended. But those wings just look so amazing with her flapping her arms around. Just a smart idea. It's just a simple idea. Yeah.
What arms? Yeah. Well done for Irene. I totally gave her a Fingerdoo. Shut up.
It's generous with your fingers this episode.
I'm giving them to everyone. Well, almost everyone.
Next down the runway was Georges wearing basically a disco ball and a bunch of stars.
If she had just worn that into the club, I would have been so impressed with that dress. But this wasn't silver. This was glass.
It was mirrors. That was my issue with this. Like, this feels more like mirrors.
That was the only problem I had with it. It was cute and all.
Yeah.
That big star shape for her hair in the front. On the back, it was all silver, but it also was boring.
Yeah, I felt it needed for all that real estate on the back of it. It did have a little bit of detail in the middle, but I felt like that was maybe a missed opportunity to really drag it up and make it over the top.
Yeah.
But it was a cute outfit. She looked good.
It was super cute. If it had been made out of a silver fabric and not mirror ball glass, it would have been perfect for this challenge. The fact that it wasn't, it didn't make it less cute, but it didn't meet the brief. So I'm going to give Georges a Fingerdoo. Yeah. She looked cute. Yes. But if she had walked into the workroom and wearing that, I would have been more impressed than for this runway. Just saying. Lydia was next, and at first I wasn't sure if I liked this outfit because it was so simple looking until she turned to the side, and then you realized it was a xenomorph from Alien in silver, and it was stunning. Gorgeous. It was so simple, and yet the shape of the helmet was gorgeous. The accoutrement on the actual costume, the way it changed the shape of her legs and stuff, and then the nails that she kept clicking her nails like she was Edward Scissorhands, like just moving her fingers. And it was just an incredible costume. The simplicity of it all. I gave her a Fingerdoo, of course.
I loved her walking her face hugger on a leash.
So
I loved
cute.
her calling herself a xenomorph government hooker.
Yeah.
I loved her four breastises. This is one of the most elegant looks that I think Lydia's brought us. And then combined with her onstage presence, because she can't help but perform, it was just a solid package all round from Ms. Butthole.
Well done.
And then last and
Least.
Just
say it.
Yeah. MIB came out wearing almost like a version of Aja's
Exact
outfit.
same thing as Aja, except with chains.
But it didn't look as good. She kind of looked like some orc princess warrior. Like she's the prettiest orc.
Yeah, which if that were the challenge,
tribe.
Great, but that wasn't the challenge.
And all those chains. All those chains. I said chains. At
said chains.
I was like, that was kind of fun, but I was like, oh no, they're all... I felt like they were trying to hide something.
There was a lot of chain. La Roche said it right. It made her look heavy. Like, it made
her look big again.
I'm just amazed that we weren't there in the room having to hear her clunk down the road, because that would have been a lot of chains rattling. What are you, Bob Marley's ghost? Come on. Just saying. I gave her a Fingerdoo.
You mean Jacob Marley?
Is that right? What did I say? Bob Marley?
I said Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley's ghost just hands you a joint and then plays the guitar. Jacob Marley talks about the change he forged during life.
Yeah, that's who I meant.
Yeah.
So after the judges deliberated, it was announced that Aja, Daya, and Irene were safe, and they were thrilled to hear that, let me tell you what. They freaked off to the back of the stage.
Yeah, it's the first time Aja's made it to the finals of Drag Race.
Yes.
First time for Irene, but also really only her second chance, so...
Yeah.
Well done, well done. Mm-hmm. The top queens of the week were, to no one's surprise, Georges, Bosco, and Ginger Minge.
Yeah. Rightly so.
Rightly so.
Yeah. But I have to say I was thrilled that the one that took it all was Bosco. I thought that Ginger did a great job and everything, but she can't win every challenge.
She can't win every challenge, and I think that if they were splitting hairs, which this week was such a great week, they really had to split hairs. I thought Bosco's runway is what sealed the deal.
It edged Ginger out for sure.
Ginger looked good, but Bosco looked perfect.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So well done for Ms. Bosco. Of course, this left two queens in the bottom. Lydia, which I was sorry but not surprised, and MIB, which I just loved. I'm sorry. I was the whole time. If she was in a bad mood at the beginning of the episode, she's going to kick a puppy after this.
Sour puss.
Oh, yeah. She just seemed to screw this blank, cold death stare onto her face and wait for the music to start.
Yeah, Lydia was definitely feeling some sort of way about going up against her brand new drag mom. But
yeah, especially, a drag mom who never loses a lip sync.
Yeah, never lost a lip sync on Drag Race.
I still don't understand why Lydia's hitched her wagon to MIB.
Because she's young and still has things to learn.
Yeah, well, then she'll learn them quick, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So the queens had to lip sync to Charlie XCX's Guess.
Featuring Billie Eilish.
Oh, I've never heard this song before.
It was a fun song.
I have to say, I loved Aja because there was a lot of mention. No, but Aja made a comment while the queens were lip syncing. Like, there's a lot of talk about underwear here, and nobody's whipping out their panties.
Where's the underwear?
Yeah, which I thought was very funny. Mistress did have a reveal. She took off her little jacket, which changed nothing about her outfit. But
I didn't even notice.
No, she had a little thing on, and she took that off. But Lydia had that big black kind of coat thing on, and she took that off and had that blue shimmery top unitard.
Muppet arms.
Yeah, she gave me Anne Margaret vibes from like her Vegas days when she'd be dancing, her hair be in her face, and she'd be all kittenish and sleeping with Elvis, that kind of thing. You know,
like you do.
Yeah. But she killed it. I thought Lydia did the best job. Mistress,
she did
for somebody who had something to prove, she didn't. I feel like she was just going through the motions. I'll do this here, I'll do that there. Like, there was no, I'm going to do this and kill this moment. She didn't do anything. I feel like Mistress wasn't on beat with any of the things she was doing, whereas Lydia was hitting all the rhythms of the song, making that intense eye contact that she does with the judges. My
one nitpick was I wish her hair hadn't kept going in her face, because I was loving what her face was doing, but I mean that is really just splitting hairs.
Well, and the nice thing is the styling of that wig was such that she could flip her hair back and it would all get out of her face. So I wasn't that bothered by it. I know what you're saying, but when the music died, clearly Ru felt the same way we did, because it was Ms. Butthole who was moving on to the finals, and it was MIB who had to sashay away. And true to form, bitter. Yeah. Her comment was, I'm going to go home and gain all the weight that I lost. And you know what? I'm going to say, I bet she will. Yeah. But we weren't done.
We weren't done.
No, we were not.
We still have to deal with this Wildcard shenanigans.
This bothered me, this whole Wildcard thing, because apparently the only judges that had reviewed all three brackets were Michelle, T.S. Madison, and Ross Matthews. And T.S. and Ross weren't there. Yeah. And Mistress had just gone home, so there was Ross's envelope. Michelle's there, she's sitting there, and then T.S.'s. They opened Ross's first. He voted for Mistress Isabel Brooks. How did he even know she got sent home? He wasn't sitting there.
Yeah, when was this filmed?
Yeah, when like this just bothered me, and I think the only reason they put her name in is because they were afraid of their cars getting slashed or something in the parking lot. T.S. Madison, who wasn't there either, picked Carrie Colby, and I thought, good, yeah, that's nice. I'd like to see her back. I don't know how she'll do, but I do enjoy her. And so did Michelle. So that meant that there were 2 balls in the hopper for Carrie Colby and 1 ball for Mistress Brooks. I liked the odds.
I like the odds too. I didn't understand why they had to put it in a hopper where you can clearly read, you can clearly see through it.
Just open the thing, go, I'm picking that one.
Maybe Bruno can't read, but I'm sure he could sound things out.
Yep.
And it just seems like a little bit of unnecessary theater. So Bruno grabbed a ball and it was...
Who knows?
Who knows?
It could be anybody.
Could be anybody.
We're just going to have to tune into RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10, the finale, next week to see who's coming back and then who all's getting kicked the hell out so we can crown ourselves a winner. What did you think of this episode? Right, people get smacked?
Yes, I loved this episode. Yeah. This was the first episode that really felt like an All-Stars episode for me, because everyone did a really good job except for Mistress, and all the looks were really good except for Mistress, and it was nice to see everyone kind of doing their thing and operating at a high level.
Except for Mistress, but that made it more delicious.
Yeah, it really was. I was willing, I was trying to be an impartial judge while she was doing her talent show. And
Did you try? Did you just try?
I really tried, and I didn't have to be impartial because it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good.
No, she sucked a lot of hard cheese, is what I'm going to say. But how about you? Are you happy with who's made it to the semifinal? Who do you think is going to be the name on Bruno's ball? What do you think of this talent show? Were the right queens in the top? Were the right queens in the bottom? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, leave a comment down below. Those are the 3 best ways to support the Fingerdoo review. But if you want to go that extra mile, you can leave a tipper-doo either using the YouTube thanks button below this screen or my OG PayPal link in the description box down below. Along with that link, I've got a link to my Redbubble store and get your Wilma merch, and my Patreon page where the Fingerdoo family meets twice a month for live chats. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having.
And until next week for the finale, miss us! Mwah! Seriously,
if Mistress comes back, I'm going to be so...
I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset. It'll be proof of the ultimate manipulation of production.
To me, it depends on how old the producers are. Because if they're young and they like messiness, they might go for Mistress. But if they're a little more mature...
Ru and Michelle are still producers on this. I'm sure some of what they have to say is taken into consideration. If they say anything at all. I can imagine that they yell cut and the 2 of them are in their cars on the way out. Maybe Michelle a little less than Ru.
Yeah. Can you yell cut so I can be in my car?
Yes, cut.
Thank God. Okay, bye.